Right, here we go. So, hey, Q. So a lot of the times, obviously, if we're going to, sometimes we'll take a high and then immediately take the low. Obviously, we've got 20 minutes until we open. Bad time. It's not great timing, really. 20 minutes till we open. News. But we have confirmed the transition, right? Yellow, orange, red. And then obviously as the new hours opened, we've gone back yellow. We've come up. What I want to see now is flip back. Obviously we've been trending up the entire way. Today we're going to have some background music. Let me know if you can't hear it or it's too loud. No clue what it's like. All right, Pickles, glad you made it. So, obviously, we're looking for all our confluences, right? So, what have we been doing? Lows, 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 taking lows, EMA's bearish. Okay, nothing's giving us bullish, although this is still like very corrective. We haven't got anything telling us we're going to go long, and obviously we're transitioning, so we follow our transition. Obviously now this is looking potentially to change. We are 13 minutes in. Can't hear it. It's too late. It's really loud. Mic works well then. I have to do it on. I think I've got to have to do it when I get OBS. So right now, obviously we're expecting this hour to go bearish, and we're expecting this to be our high. So a nice little peek into the test of the new data. So you can see here, this is the custom, which will be updating potentially on the hourly. You can increase this to 2 hours. See on a 2 hour candle, that first 20 minutes has a real high probability. You can then obviously change the algo to be 2 hours. And we can see this is the 2 hour where it started. So we end the 2 hour obviously here. And the 2 hour is flirting as well towards taking us into a sequence 1. Which obviously if we get a sequence 1, we know we obviously then can then sequence 2, which means obviously in 1 hour and 2 hour, I can look to maybe hold that trade a bit longer. Hopefully, it's just going to happen just as New York opens, isn't it? Well, obviously we've taken the last hour's high. You know, if you're really following different structure to the way to look at it, but obviously this is a candle. So obviously from a structural point of view, people will probably, you know, like this is kind of path that they take, right? Right, that's probably the path they take. But we're looking at this from a candle point of view, right? So on the hour, obviously this is a an hourly candle. And this is an hourly candle. Right? So candles have constantly been coming down, and then this is the first candle that's gone, as this one's opened, has gone above this one, right? Which is fine, but we just want to see that logo as well. Cheers, guys. Appreciate the likes. Still haven't seen our trend change yet. Let's get rid of those hourlies. Go back to our 1 hour. So obviously with this, we can go up to 5 hours and see the statistics around a 5 hour. So this is the new indicator that we're coming. We're still just testing it out. See, right now, just using it as an hourly. And obviously that matches the exact same stats that you've got on the hourly, so we know that it's working. So this is news. Ding new. And we've got yeah. Morning. Congrats on the trade yesterday, buddy. TP hit. See how this is just holding in. Obviously, if we go down the time frames as well, we can see the 30-second has come above. Right? So we at least need to see like 15 seconds starting to come back under. Where we might get that flip. It's hanging in there. But obviously, if we were to put that on as our bar color, right? You can see obviously through this transition here, we've kind of not been able to change yet. Confirmation here. This was a nice little confirmation. Potentially down, but still. I think ES is looking cleaner, isn't it? Morning, Paul. Let me just turn it off. Yeah. So ES has been cleaner. It's already in that strong trend. NQ just seems to be dragging its foot. Hey, Peter. Yo. Yeah, sell signal. So we've got confirmation. We're expecting bearish highs. 57, 67, 74, 74%. Quick math. 74%, we expect this to be our high, right? So if we wanted to do something a little bit fancy, we can, in fact, it's too fancy, simplify it even more than that, get a rectangle, take our low, put our high on, give us a line in the middle, and we got a 1-to-1, right? So the price comes back up now, taps that. We've got a 70, we know obviously we've got a 70 odd % probability that this is our high, and we know we have a high probability of what that low is going. And obviously it doesn't mean it's going to do it now, but statistically, the times that it does do it, you know, you're trading with probability, right? Another easy sell. Lazy one. So here, right, you can see there's our 50%. Now obviously it goes past the hour, but obviously it could have tagged us in here, and then we'd have expected that low to go, which it does in the next hour. Obviously we're expecting continuation of the bearish trend, but you can see there was a one-to-one. Check NQ. Dribbling. Still strong. CL this morning. Wow, look at that. So we're bearish. Algo's still hanging in. We haven't yet flipped to a sequence 1. Obviously, I expect it to. Hey, Mark. We can push further down. Obviously, we know we've got looking at now confirming this being a bearish hour. Quite high significance of it being a bearish hour. That this probably will change into a sequence 1. And then obviously we know we've got that continuation of a sequence 2. But we haven't yet transitioned either, which is a big part. We've got this strong trend here as well. And obviously this is holding in. Looks like we might not quite make it. That might be the end of the push. We'll see. YM I've got set to New York time, so it won't open. Obviously we found that gem on the statistics for YM, showing us on regular trading hours. Yay, what have we done? That's right. When we change to regular trading hours on YM, on the hourly, give ourselves a 66% probability within the first 10 minutes of a candle forming. Woo! It's got the time frame. You can see on the 5 minute over 460 candles, and we hold that statistic on the bullish. 63%. Fire. Huge. And obviously then the second segment, so within 20 minutes, we're at 73%. So we're like 78% within 20 minutes. I've been able to identify the high and low for YM in the New York trading time, which is higher. So we'll wait for New York open. This is nice. Obviously this cross down, bearish trend. When you get that cross, we expect that momentum. We still yet have not been able to switch on the algo. Still holding in. Still haven't changed. It's news. 5 minutes until the open. That's gold. We were there last night, obviously bobbling around. We are higher time frame bullish. So obviously this still looks very corrective in a higher time frame, right? Struggling to go down. Then we take the high. We come above. Possible transition. We'll see. Starting to go weak. Good morning. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. obviously since the weekend, when we transitioned into a sequence 2, with a 96% probability of going bullish, we have just flown, transitioned, see you later. We do now have a transition back. So we might have a little bit of retrieval, a little bit of pullback, but that has been a great run. Nice spot trade for me on that. I'm not going to look at Tesla. Still not changing. Got plenty of time left of the hour. Keep pushing down, that'll change. I'm hanging in there. Anyone else had some good trades this morning? Guessing you still can't hear this music. Right, I'm going to do a test. How loud's it got to be before you can hear it? Can you let me know in the chat when you can hear it? Can you hear that? Okay. Once more on GDP CAD. Nice. No. I can't do it. It's way too loud. I have to wait then for the music until we go on to ABS. Once more on GDP. Hi. Here he is. Hey, Mohammed. There's a pump. It's kept us, right? It's kept us strong. We took the high. It's not giving us anything yet. No signals to go. We were still waiting. I got a feeling. I can't be wrong with saying. How does that feel like it's New York Open? I got 2 minutes. I'm missing a news. News at 10. So we've taken the high. So we expect this hour to be the low. CL still not pushed. Still not changed. Start getting a weakening of the trend. Yes, it's starting to go as well. Let's take a look at. Got 2 of these. This one. This one. That's the one I want to keep. Let's go on this one. Right. Great British pounds, JPY. Let's have a look at some of this data. Start transitioning. Corrective. Continuation. Yeah. Obviously, and then we're short here. Same on this one. On 6E. Great British pounds, JPY. Oh yeah, payday. Payday. Nice cross over the zero line, yeah? It's our first indication. So we're bearish. We cross the zero line. We're expecting potentially we might start going. Was very choppy. And boom. Now these stats are wrong. That's better. 58%. Yeah, I like this entry here. The small correction and continuation. Still taking highs, holding lows. Obviously here we flip, start taking the low. See how far we pull back. We get our sell signal, still looks very corrective. See what happens. Nice trade though, congratulations. 100 bits. Yeah, I think both were good really. I like some of these short signals as we come under. I like. But obviously the transition with the market, I like that even more. There we go. There's our plummet, there's our change. Obviously we transitioned. We were expecting what? We are expecting down action. But that's why we've got to be careful with New York. Often we can come up, grab our liquidity, and then take everyone out, and off we go. Well done, bud. Yeah, remember we've got news coming up. So remember, we flip, take the low again. And that is nice. That's what we want to see. Realize I'm nodding to music that no one can hear. All right. So we're taking daily lows. Then rest of the gap. Anyone who's short, congratulations. Daily lows on the NQ. We are bearish, and we are bearish. So on the 1 hour, we're in a sequence 2. We can see that's going to close bearish. We got up to the 2 hour. I should put this potentially into our sequence 1, which is great. The higher time frame is bullish on the 2 hour. So we still get a sequence 1, nice strong trend, 89%, very high. Obviously, that's 1,150 times that this has happened on the 2 hour. Show you our 2 hour window. So here's our 2 hour, which starts at 9, 10, 11, right? So our 2 hour, we've got a long way to go yet. On our 2 hour data, we can see for a bearish candle, we don't have that much better, but we've got a 52%. Let's just go up to the 5 minute. And yeah, 55% goes up slightly with more data. Got 447 bearish 2-hour candles, and 55, 65, so 70%, very similar to the hourly. But we can expect for our 2-hour till 12, right? Here's our first segment. Second segment, obviously New York's opened. So by this point on bearish, we've got our high here that we are expecting. Right, math. 55%, 65, 70, 80 to 82. Now, obviously, news can do whatever it wants. We still are waiting on news as well, but this is just what our data tells us. Hope we weren't short. And our confluence is right above the zero line. Taking highs. High time frames bullish. Yes. Nice drop. We stayed really, yes was looking much cleaner. Stayed under all the way. What's annoying is you can only have one window logged in when you trade. So if I want to trade ES, I've got to switch pairs instead of being able to just switch windows and have the trade broker connected. Very annoying. All right, so our trend's gone. Obviously, where are we? So transitioned bearish. Let me put the hourlies back on. Let's go back to the hours. Back down to the 1 minute. Change our data back to the 1 minute. So we've hit our high probability low for this hour. Oh, we expect this low to go. Right, here's our probability. So YM's open now, right? Bullish. Start weakening of the trend because of the gap. Moving inside of this gap. We've got gap above and gap below. CL, we are still corrective bullish. Are you alive down here? You paused? No. Holding strong. So obviously we're corrective bullish. So what can we do with the corrective bullish? Okay, corrective bullish, we're either going to transition back to bullish or we're going to transition to bearish, right? There are two options unless we have a really heavy push down. No, it's either those two. That's it. It's either going to go one way or the other. It's either going to go bullish or it's going to transition bearish. We won't go into corrective because we need to go bearish first. So these are our two outcomes for CL. So we'll either transition back into a sequence one of bullish, which obviously until we see the transition, we're expecting that, right? Or we start transitioning, this will then change to sequence one bearish. We then look at our payday, because we're now matching higher time frame, current time frame, and we expect much more of a move, right? Yeah, we're expecting this to go into a strong bearish. That move down, obviously it still hasn't yet, and we've got 20 minutes left, 19ish. So we expect possibly we could transition and if we move into that strong trend, we could be seeing obviously a continuation of the higher time frame. A continuation of the higher time frame is what we're taking lows. Maybe this low. I'm not sure about this one, but yeah. Yes. Popping back up. Same thing with NQ. The news on CL, we are corrective bullish. So basically what this is predicting, yeah, is there's a 31% probability we close bullish, which means basically a 70% probability, right, closing bearish. So it's just telling you that we are still in a bullish trend, but it's a corrective part of that trend. And while we're in a corrective part of the bullish trend, that we still expect what? We still expect price to close bearish, right? Because if you think about it, if we're coming up, this is our corrective phase, right? So this is basically what's saying it's a bullish trend, but we are part of a corrective phase. And obviously, one or two things can happen in that corrective phase. We can either continue or we can go the other way, right? And transition into a bearish trend. So what this is giving you, so the algo doesn't just give you the prediction, it gives you the potential price action that you're seeing. So when we go into a bullish trend or a bearish trend, we're expecting more of those strong pushes. And when we're in a corrective phase, we're expecting more of our choppy price action, right? Might be choppy downwards, but we're expecting more of that. And obviously during periods like New York and everything else, you've got much higher volume, and that's not sort of a typical hour throughout the day. It's a specific hour where obviously it can push price further in one direction, like news. So yeah, so the algo is not just for predicting probability; it's also predicting what price action you're in, which is why we talk about waiting for that, waiting for that right price action, that right trend to get in on, or to at least know what potentially you could expect, right? If you're corrective, then you're expecting still price to go up, but it might just be a little bit more choppy than you expect. I would have expected this to have gone strong bearish already. We haven't, which is fine. It shows the volume obviously we put in to get up here. It's taken quite a bit to push the hourly in the opposite direction. We obviously start now with that weaker trend. Ooh. So obviously you look at the kind of how much price has moved, right? So we've come all the way down, and just with a little bend, we've come all the way back up. No, it's not 12. 2-hour prediction. So obviously if we take this high now, we'll have 2 segments of the 2-hour, 20-minute segments of the 2-hour one. But right now, obviously on the hourly, we're still expecting this to remain. I'm not brave enough to jump in before news. I mean, the only thing I'd say is I think normally like CD consumer confidence and jolt jobs weren't massively ones that I was ever really kind of focused on too much. I think jolts can be a bit jumpy, but still. Oh wait, obviously from a statistical point of view, we are expecting this to remain, and we are expecting this to go. Okay, so let's just look at the statistics on Y, right? So just from a hourly point of view, okay, because we took this high and then we took the low, it gave us that statistically this was more likely to happen. So if this is more likely to happen and this is more likely to be bearish, then we know that statistically at 9:35 our low is here, right? So there's still a good 54-55% probability that price will come back down and take this low. So we have multiple ways of giving us that. It's about adding all those confluences up at the same time. No, I haven't done any testing with news on how it does with predicting the news. Still not pushed into a bullish, strong trend yet. Yeah, transitioning. We'll get an alert when we go weak. So again, on ES, we expect this to be our high. So YM, right? We are sure, so we're half past 10. So we're just about getting to our segment 2. So if we're expecting this to go down, right? So we would include all this data. So 50, 60, 70, 77%. So right now, if we're going bearish, we really do expect this to be our high. Now, the first couple of minutes, I can kind of give it a little bit of leeway, but still, statistically, we expect this. Now, if we take this, like we have, we're on the bullish side, right? 66%, 79, 78, 79, 79. So we're looking at a 79% probability that that's our low. So we're going short, not yet, right? That one. It wasn't able to push back down. We get our low in the last quarter, in the last third. So high is our low. That means that you are. See you later, gold. It's off the chart. Obviously, we're talking about all the confluences adding up, right? So dynamic TP. What do we want for dynamic TP when we're bearish? We want it under. When it goes over, we expect what? Price to continue on the upside. Our higher time frame was bullish, and we now switch into a payday on gold, right? So we got our transition, gone yellow, potentially going blue. We've got another 9 minutes, right? So we're expecting gold to continue on up. Sequence 2, sequence 3, sequence 4, sequence 5. Let's go, gold. See if we can take this low. That'd have been a nice potential little scalp out of here. Still blue though, so that was a nice cheap entry. Now we go red. Not to be stiffed. 203. Well, if I'd have done me 10, I'd have done 10 points on there. Come on, news. Hurry up and get you out of the way. They are still strong bullish. They are still bullish. We have taken the low. And we get our probability. So we might just sneak into the next hour. See you later. Let's see if we can get that continuation. Weakening. Still not transitioned. Still not giving us our change in the algo. Still blue. Even on the 30 seconds, we weren't able to change. All right, still bullish on the 30 seconds. 15 second would have given us at least a change, but our 15 second is right up there, skirting at the 0 line. It's now gone over the 0 line, right? Looking like we might just have some more up. See if we can hold high. 5 minutes. How we find it, guys? Obviously, I appreciate it's something a bit different, and there's quite there's a lot of elements to MaxAlgo, but you know. How's it going? Is it helping to add any confluences to your trading? I think kind of for me, what was the biggest sort of advice I'd give everyone on MaxAlgo is struggle with stop loss placement. Okay. Depends how you like to trade. If you like to trade tight, or how do you like to trade tight, or do you like to give trades a bit of room? There's plenty of videos and guides, mate. It's once you've looked at it and got it, it's really straightforward. The beauty of it is just repetitive. Let's give it a bit of room, but sometimes too much. So what I would say is that obviously yeah, there is. Honestly, there's a real simple mode for it. So with regards to your stop loss, obviously, you know, the dynamic TP is about helping you as well, right? If something's not going in your direction, don't worry, and it changes, just cut it. Cut the trade, get out. It's there to help you. That obviously we expect trades to go down, right? And we get in, we get that movement, boom. Okay, we then change. Maybe we didn't get the low. Maybe we go break even at that point, right? But when we do go, and it is going in the right direction, and you are on a strong trend, and you are on a sequence one of a strong trend, then price is going to follow that routine of how our hourly candle forms, right? Much more cleaner. You can use the high and low of the previous hour. No worries, Dean. Obviously, this is for everybody. Steal some of the stats. See how it goes. We're here for obviously supporting people who are using MaxAlgo, but it's not just that how we trade. There are other things in it as well, and we will be adding more data into the stream as well. So, for example, we've got our session data, which is ready, just needs to tighten up. We also have our early confirmation of directional bias. So we get our hour of New York, right? So that'd be from 9:30 to 10:30. And then what it will show you is the probability that if we close below or above the 50%, what is the probability of price then going and taking the high of New York at the moment, and what's the low? So I've got stuff like that that just helps you with a bit of directional bias as well, selling more confluences. All right. Last minute. So obviously we held that high for the hour, right? So the hour is now over. Oh no, sorry, this is the hour candle. So we've held that high. Oh, was this by 12? It was our 2 hour, was it? Even for the hourly. Too far. Yeah, I've done it too far. There's news. So if I want to go bullish, right, we're transitioning back to bullish. So obviously our payday was bearish, but when you get an instant flip like that, can also then that transition can give us quite a strong move in the other direction. If you think that it's failed to come down very quickly, then potentially we flip back. You know, again, you look for your sequence one of bullish trends, everything else confirming. But your transitions are good trades as well, right? Paydays are great because when they do align and everything lines up, you get those huge trends. But your transitions are great trades as well when we transition. All right, so we take the high, close below. We want to see our 20 minutes, right? So we've got our data here. Let's just have a look at what CL's done. So we've got new hour. We're still corrective bullish. We haven't gone into a strong bearish trend yet. Still not transitioned, and until we transition, we expect price to come back in line with the total trend. So we'll expect some bullish price action. Dynamic TP's gone blue as well. See how the algo held itself all the way through. So when you see stuff like that, so I know obviously sometimes the algo changes, that's fine, has to transition. But when it's struggling, when you get such a large move like that and it's failing to push, failing to transition, like it's still giving you that kind of confidence that, okay, it's holding it, it's really holding it. You bearish on NQ? Well, we are transitioning back to bullish. What did we close? Let's see. Have a look. So we have transitions. We're back bullish. We'd have to transition again. We did that, then we're looking very choppy. Looking very corrective. Clean. We've taken these highs. We're taking hourly highs, right? Where was the previous hourly high? Here it was, and we've taken that high. So I'm just going to change these boxes. Yeah. So, confluences. We are taking highs. We do a list. Is now bullish. Let me see if I can get an emoji. Backhand. Here we go. A little bit brighter. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so damn it. What have we got? Let's go for confluences. Trend AI. I hate. Trend AI. Bullish. Dynamic TP. Point at the screen isn't going to help you. Dynamic TP's crossed the zero. What are we waiting for? A corrective bearish. So we have higher probability at the moment on bullish this hour, but still really want to see us transition into upwards. So 2 hour is bullish, right? So let's change that to the 1 hour. So 1 hour is still bearish on that, and obviously now we've transitioned into a sequence 2 bullish. Okay, almost got it all. So I'll be looking for a long. This is our buy zone. Ideally, we're looking to catch our low as long as everything remains. Why is that not lining up? What else have we got? Market structure, earnings. I want to see signal. Confirming. I want all of the probabilities lined up. Don't think I've ever traded NQ near a presidential election. So the beauty of this is that obviously we've got lots of bullish confluences, right? Lots of bullish confluences. What does it take for the algo to switch from bullish to bearish? Price has got to move in that direction, and obviously depending on how strong the trend is, then it'll take much more to move the algo. And obviously what you would expect if you're bullish, that we'll have to go corrective first. And then when we're in corrective, if trend AI isn't changing, we're expecting to go back to bullish. But if trend AI starts to trend, we'll expect that obviously like we've come over the zero line, that actually from corrective bullish, we're going to go bearish. It's built on the current market conditions. So when you're in low volume, obviously it can quite easily kind of switch between them. Too high volume, you can obviously just power through like CPI and New York Open. But generally what you're looking for is when price is pushing against the algo, it's holding that. So the payday setup, ideally, well, obviously payday was bearish, which we've had no signal for, and flip back bullish, which is another good sign that actually we're too strong from a bullish point of view, potentially, to have that. So for me, now, I'm looking at a bullish trade. You can see here, we don't have a strong bullish trend. We're still bearish, but obviously that can change. We just need to see it, see that confirmed. But till then, we are looking to trade with the directional bias that we've got. And the payday setup would be like right now, it's not a payday setup, but it's still high probability. So we'll be looking for a signal now, yeah. Look at what I've got. Okay, so we've taken the high. So we've now structurally flipped. We've taken the low, taken the high. We've come above the zero line. We're quite a bit away above the zero line now on dynamic. These is our low. Look how we're correcting. Yeah, correcting fairly nice. We're just waiting for now our data to align, right? So what do we need? We know that, okay, it's been 10 minutes. So statistically, 56% of the time, right? Sorry, 57% of the time, we're going to expect this is our low. That's not quite high probability, not enough probability for me yet. You could say it is with everything else that we've got. I could drop down the lower time frames to 15 seconds and say, okay, well, maybe that breakout's enough for me, right? This is about to flip on the 15 seconds. That's probably going to send us up. This is our low. Let's go. What you might do. Or we wait for our 20 minutes and we wait for our signal to confirm that we are bullish, right? Confirm us on our long. 30 seconds has remained as well. You can see when we crossed on the 30 seconds, holding it nicely. 1 minute is still maintaining it. So taking this high now kind of gives us a little bit more confidence that we're going long. I'm not sure. I think I'm still working on the alerts for the algo. I'll have a look in a second. Won't be a minute. So I risk 370, 250, 12 minutes. Probably close to 60% right now. So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm setting it at 50% of here. So statistically, right, we're above 50%. So majority of the time, we will expect, if I get this tagged in here, as long as I'm getting 1-to-1, that statistically I'm above 50%. I like to see it close above here rather than just wick it. Quite steep. Gonna get tagged. Right, so if we're looking at that from a 1-to-1 point of view, yeah. Here, here, we can say of a 1-to-1, right? And when we've taken this high at 11 minutes past, we at least sit in a 56, 57% probability, 57% probability that that is the low. So statistically, from a 1-to-1 point of view, we're in profit majority of the time. Just misses us. We take that high now. I'll take the limit order off. We can be patient and wait, right? It's still not super clean, still a bit choppy. Still a bit vertically choppy. Yes, just crossed over the zero line. CL's had a pullback. Obviously, this is our high. Still expecting lows to go. A corrective bullish, so we're more probable on CL, right? So 33%, 68% probability that CL closes bearish. So we're still expecting this low to go. We have a weakening trend, well, sorry, not a weakening trend, a strong trend, but heading downwards. And as price continues to move down, we will continue to deplete the volume and look for that weak transition, right? No ding-a-ling-a-ling, taking us in. Here we go. So obviously we can set our limit at 1-to-1. We can set our target at statistical highs. We can use hourly, expecting that obviously we expect a bullish hour, and we expect that high to be in the last 45 minutes, right? We can add don't plow through that low now. Starting to get used to TradingView connection for doing our trades. Can we get our first live win? At 20-minute mark. Take that high. We then add these statistics together. It's even more probable. Let's go, NQ. Take the high. Still strong on here. I want to see the 15-second go blue. Come on. Second is still blue. There's our 20-minute candle. So this is really where kind of now we look for that signal, right? So ideally for extra confluence, waiting for our 20-minute. Obviously I'm not sized up that much on this trade anyway, but we are looking obviously for that confirmation. We take that high now. We're now even more probable with our data, right? So 57 plus 14 is putting us right up there in the 70% probability. That's what we want. So we're also nearly the first hour of New York. And if we close, so New York, try and neaten this up, we've got lots of stuff on the chart. Let's get rid of our stats for the moment. Okay. So statistically, obviously this is our low of New York and this is our high, right? Going to get rid of these lines. So we've just got our hourly lines. So right now, in the next 10 minutes, this is our New York, right? This is our 50% mark. If we close above this 50% mark, there is an 80% probability that we will take the high. Here's our 1-to-1. It's our first TP. I'm going to put myself below this low. Obviously, we're looking to really take up to our original target. First TP live, guys. Let's go. It was a nice, easy 1-to-1, right? Statistically in our favor, 57%. We got our buy signal. Let's go. Going to look to push this to the last quarter of the hour. Still dancing to music that no one can hear. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And remember, guys, all I'm doing is, I'm just taking high probability. I'm just following the probability, and then I'm letting that make the decisions and taking pressure off myself from I think to, those things align. I'm good. Let's go. Peter, the success, a bell or something. Looking around for anything. I've got nothing. Woo-woo. Let's go. So remember, statistically, we are expecting our high in this quarter. It took us 4 attempts on the live to find a decent trade, but we got it. And that's what it's about, just sitting around waiting, trading with the probability. And there's loads of different ways you can do it. I'll just take another one there off if we hit it. I really want to kind of push this a bit longer. I'll leave one running. I'll take half off. This is this high. If I was just to whip that high, take it. Could always do it a little bit lower as well, guys. Like, sometimes it doesn't always take it. That's fine. Should we go VIP? Let's get our liquidity levels. Two levels in. That's because it's going through. So really, this is our level. It's our second level. we can see actually we tap that liquidity level, so we're going bearish, 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 taking the lows. We come up and take 5-minute liquidity. That gives us our change of direction as well. And now we have all of this liquidity above, right? Courtesy of It's Impossible. Yes, it is. Our AI trends and everything else put us in line, right? We can see now we're transitioning on ES as well. Red, blue, not quite yet finished. We get a nice pump on ES as well. CL, we're still in corrective. See if gold's still going to the moon. Let's go, gold. Yeah. Didn't really get what we wanted after news, did we? That one's a Noah. Didn't quite make it up into the high. We get tagged out now. Had a little bit of profit. Shame. We'll look for another entry. Obviously, this hour, we still don't expect this low to go. So potentially, obviously, I could take my stop down to here, but here's what it is. Don't be a dick for a tick. Yeah, no, right. Really, I want to be trading with the hourly statistics, right? Because let's just go into this. We're expecting a bullish hour. So we've had a high, right? 26 minutes passed. So some 1 hour. So right, let's just go into the statistics. So we're bullish. Here's our high. Segment 2, segment 3, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. 20 minutes, it was at 26. That's from 1 till 9, that's from 10 till 20. So it's segment 3. So we've had 8, 18, 25%-ish. So 25% of the data is here. So we've got 75% of the data here. So if we're expecting this hour to go bullish, we expect it should go with a 50, 60, 70%. Nope. So statistically, obviously, we are expecting that high to go. It doesn't have to go, just what we expect. Is that you, Mr. T? You fucking... How dare you come on this stream and boast £985 profit? Throwing your $900 around at me. Yeah, you. Where did you get out? Where did you get out? Trail below this low, I reckon. That's where I reckon you got out. Did you trail below that low once you got to a certain point of profit? Trail below the low, yeah. Yeah, knew it. So obviously, especially with the prop firms, when you get to a certain level of profit, we always advise obviously to start locking in that profit. So when you hit a certain level, we're going below the lows. So obviously, as we've come up here, obviously Mr. B's got up to probably close to 1,000, not 1,000, and then he started locking in his profit. And T-Bone's taking his profit. As where I am trying to play the statistics, I'm expecting this high to go. Pretty amazing. Obviously, this is all based on what's happening right now. This data is, it's not me. It's just what the pair is telling you. Let me get rid of this one below. Hey, listen, profit's profit. Take it. Got no problem with people taking the profit. No, I cannot answer the phone to you. We're on a live. Don't be ringing me. Yeah, guys, and obviously this is why we created MaxAlgo. It's not about you trading my style, although obviously that's in there for people that they want to know. It's about you've got your own style if you have, and this is just statistical data to help you make your decisions, right? It's just trading with probability. That's all it is. So I'm going to move my stop now below that low. If we come down and take that low, then I'm going to get taken out anyway. We have moved quite a far way up on the dynamic TP. And obviously we've come all the way up with not much movement back. But still, we've got 5 minutes until we're in the last segment of the high probability high. Sorry for asking, mate, ask any questions you like, but that's why I'm here. In regards to the segment, how is that calculated? Like if we are looking at 9:30, might we add the first three? Yeah, so obviously it's 10-minute segments, right? So obviously from the 00 candle to 9-minute candle, that's our first 10 minutes, our first segment. Then from 10-minute candle to 19 is our second segment. And then from 20 to 29 is our third segment. And then from 30 to 39 is our fourth segment. You can see that if you go into the settings here, here's all the segments. Yeah. So segment 1, 2. So I'm looking at, obviously, I want to see my data around segment 2. So that shows me everything in segment 2, everything from segment 2 to segment 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6 will be in this last segment where I've got my trade, right? So here is the last trade window of ideally where I want to be looking to take profit, or unless I've hit certain profit targets or highs. But if I'm trading with data, then this is what we do. What I would say, guys, obviously, like just because this opportunity has come about, it doesn't mean that the next hour and the previous hours we don't then, often because we've just flipped, we might get a little bit of messing around. But yeah, I'm expecting just to be. Does higher time frame bias only change at the hourly close? You mean this? Higher time frame, right? Uh, yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot for that to change. So the how is the segments related to the segments? How are the sequence of the segments related? So they're not related yet, but they will be. So right now, what you've got is just a bullish hour and a bearish hour, right? Which is this data here. So that's just telling you on NQ, if we're bullish, then this is where we expect our candle, right? What the algo is doing is giving you a scenario. So it's got over 80 different scenarios where it's gone back and looked at all those scenarios and then said, okay, right now, this is the scenario I think we're having. And based on that scenario, here's the outcome of that scenario. But what it also does, it gives you, like I said, the type of price action we can expect: corrective, bullish. So what we will be doing is we will be putting the algo into its own formation. So we'll be able to see, based on a sequence 1 bullish, what's the probability of the low in the first 10, 20, and you'll see that actually in different types of candles, different type of hourly candles, that data will be different. So for example, a sequence 1 follows a lot more of the, say for like a bullish sequence 1, statistically it follows this a lot stronger, right? So I would expect, once we've got that data, that that will be much higher for a very bullish candle, because a sequence 1 is generally a very bullish candle. And therefore we expect that low to be probably more prominent in the first 10, 20 minutes and the high at the end. So eventually you've got just a normal hourly candle. It will then be broken down to show you, based off of the sequence, what the hourly, how the formation of the hourly candle works, how we expect it to form, where we expect the high, all that type of thing. Am I going to be a dick here and let it come back on me, or am I going to take some profit now? We are 38. What do we do, chat? Do we hold? Take half off now? What do you reckon? Wait for a high probability? Take a little bit of profit? You know my answer. Trail the lows, which would be this one here. So to make it easy, kind of, obviously there's different ways that you can enter. Obviously with the signals, so you can see this is the buy signal here, right? It's not that much different than my own entry, right? Here's our buy. Statistically, this is our stop behind the EMAs, you know, and that's a good run. I mean, obviously from a NQ point of view, it is 59 points. Confluences are here. What do you think? Are we going to take the high in this last quarter, or are we going to come back and smash? I will take one off if we do take that low. I don't know which one I want. I don't want to buy. You reckon we're going to go up? Statistically, we should. See what I'm going to do. Who's behind that? Let's leave on that. Let's go. I'll take one off there, and now I'll hold it. Here we go. Go on. So obviously we're in the trade with 3 contracts, 3, 4. So we did took some off at 1 hour. We've just took some off. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. 2.5 hour, and then obviously we're looking at 3.9. Obviously, we could move that to be the high, right? Because we expect the high to go now. I was using this high. Remember, we had a 70% probability it's not the high for a bullish hour. CL. Yes. We're going to close blue. Transition bullish on ES. So it is 43, right? So 17.9% were in segment 5. 17.9% of the highs were in this section, as where 40% were in the last 10 minutes. So, yeah, still not super high probability. Obviously, if price comes back now and takes me out, not bothered. We've had some profit. Took risk off nice and early. It was a good entry. Minimal drawdown. Statistically, the entry was good as well. You know, we had 50%, over a 57% probability at that time that when we got tagged, we keep taking that trade, we're going to come out profitable, right? Statistically, based on 201 candles, but I can increase that to 1,000 and get the same statistics. So based off of 1,000 candles, if we would have done that every time, then we're profitable. And that's what trading with probability is, right? Just going to draw out this last high, isn't it? And just wait and wait and wait. How do I set different TPs? Okay, so obviously we've got our lows here and our highs. So you can see this is showing us statistically where our high probable target is, right? I've got time. So for example, like now, it's given me a time target where if I want to trade in this hour, then I'm expecting this high to go. So I can either wait until my high probability time comes and look to take profit. I can look for lows. So obviously, this is a liquidity indicator with the red lines. It's a free indicator that you can get that I built. And you can see we have our liquidity level right on where my line is. Right? And you can see that we are taking, if I hide this, so here's our lows. So we're taking lows. We come up and take that liquidity. We take the low. We take the low again. Then we take the highs again, which obviously then expects what? When we're taking the highs, we're expecting that We will continue to take higher liquidity until we flip and go the other way, right? So we take these lows here. When we come back up, we're expecting this liquidity to sit tight. And then we start coming down and smashing this liquidity. So when people ask me, do I still trade liquidity? Yes, I do. I just don't show it as much. But yeah, so we've got our high probability targets, we've got our time targets, we've got our liquidity targets. We can trail the lows, right? So if I was trading lows, then I'd still be at probably the same level where I was, just giving it a little bit of room. We can look at our VIBs and go, okay, where have we got some potential VIBs that we can get behind? So we haven't got any there. Let's have a look at the 5 minute. So we've opened a VIB here. So maybe this level, but that's already down, way down. We have got a VIB up here, right? See this one? So I could be using that as a target on the 5 minute. The VIB indicator is linked in the Discord. It's a free resource. You don't have to add more than 2 indicators, and I'll show you why. Statistics is 1 indicator, right? Statistics, once you've got them, you've got them. Write them down for the pair you're trading. They're yours. Right? V1 is signals. Potentially you don't need that as long as you understand the data. The algo, obviously you need, if you're going to be using the algo, and trend AI as well. How many indicators can you get free with free trading view now? It was 3. If I had to have 3, I'd have the algo, trend AI, and yeah, 3. I'd have the algo, trend AI, and at the beginning, I'd have V1, because I understand like everything on V1, I could just do that manually. So maybe then I'd have the probable. But the hourly stats, obviously, I'd screenshot them, print them, keep them next to me for the pairs that I'm trading. Now remember, we have built it. The data's going up even more. So obviously, right now you can see I'm using this testing out the custom one, so we can increase our 2-hour statistics, 3-hour statistics, and then our 3-hour candle, 2-hour candle, that type of thing. So we can always, so we want to swing trade, you can swing trade. No worries, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing your results. Any questions, put it in the Discord. We'll be there keeping an eye on you. And let's get this high. So we are 49 minutes, last candle of segment 5. So we're now into segment 6. 40% of all our highs have come now. Can we take it? TP1 and TP2. So what I do is, for example, I'd start off my trade, right? And then I right click, trade, and then I put in an additional stop, right? So now I've got more contracts than what I wanted. And then I adjust, I click on here and I modify that then so that when it hits the target, say for example, like I've got 4 contracts, I set an initial 1 contract I want to take off. I'll then modify that to 3 so that it ensures that I finish with no contracts. So that's how I do it on TradingView, so that you can have multiple TPs. Does that make sense? Yeah, wicked. I'll try and So this is Trader 8 integration on Trader 8. Normally I do use NinjaTrader. That's what I have been using. But obviously for the lives, it's easier for me to do it all on TradingView. So I've got an account now on TradingView through Trader 8. You see there, we've got a Trader 8 integration. It's just virtual demo money. Virtual demo money. Here we go. So we get a buy signal from the probable, which is price action based. We need to wait for those signals. Need to wait for the candle to close before we confirm them. Got 35 minutes. Going to make me wait for this high. Let's see how it's doing. ES is looking like it's already on its way. Come on, ES, you can take the high as well. Still like this for bullish. So our buy signal in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So these buy signals, quite often I might try and go tight with these. So if I'm really confident, I'll enter with my stop below. I've got a really tight entry. Obviously, you're going to have a lower win rate, but you can get really high R trades from those signals. They are very good with everything aligned. Let's go. Come on. You know, it made me wait to the last minute. Pain in the ass. See how we've stayed all the way through? 30 seconds is now going blue. That's a good indication. Obviously 15 seconds is blue as well. We're still above on the 15 seconds. Don't you dare go back red. We want to see that high just wick straight. We're just going to go straight through it with volume. Flip this bullish. Obviously our trend AI is still very strong. So regardless of this little price movement right now, we're still biased on the bullish. Can I see it on the 3 minute? Yeah. Here's a 3 minute. And the 5 minute. So here's our 5 minute. Right, you can see obviously on the 5 minute we've transitioned as well. I realise you can't hear the music and I'm just dancing to it. Apologies. A bit weird. We'll get that on, get OBS set up. Our new 5 minute candle. This is our last 5 minutes for this hour. We expect that high to go. Let's zoom right in. Come on! Come on! I'm going to put it here. Let's do it. We want a TP with the success of the data. Oh my God. So obviously from a market structure point of view, now this will be our low for the next hour. So let's mark that out. There we go. 10. Our ends. All the way through. There's our low. We've waited for the trade, we can wait for the TP. So we've locked in this much profit now. We've already taken off contracts 1 hour, 2.5 hour. How's gold looking? To the moon, gold! To the moon! High time frame strong. We are in. This is a payday setup. We're correcting. Let's see that change. Break. Let's go gold. Get it. We've got 2 minutes left. Is it really going to be the last minute of the candle it gives it, or are we going to get it done now? Don't, you jinxed it. Jinxing it. Hey! All right. And there's our TP. 78% probability, not the high for the hour. There's our high. We entered it in our ideal buy time, and we sold in our ideal sell time. Statistically right. And there was our trade. Let's go. And that is how we trade with probability. Won't happen all the time, but majority of the time we are statistically right. So I hope you can see, obviously, like patience-wise, we just kind of waited for those right trades, waited for all those things to align, right? You can see how everything started to align. Our market structure changed, our trend AI changed, our dynamic went above the 0 line, our EMAs changed. We got a signal confirming we are bullish. We had a high probability. We got a big pullback. We dribbled our way back and just took the high. All perfectly trading 1 hour. I reckon just below that liquidity. Yeah. All right, so yeah, where's bud? Can't believe that last 2 minutes it made me wait. Here we go. So we open a new hour. So we are still bullish. We're on sequence 3, 62.7% probability of continuing. We have gone quite a far way up, so I would expect obviously some higgledy-piggledy, maybe a little bit now of a pullback. Probably not maybe the logo, maybe an inside candle. But right now, everything is still aligned. We are still bullish. We are still bullish. Let's see where we are on the other pairs. Gold. We are 72% statistically bullish. Sequence 3, 73% is gold on the way up. Let's go, gold. So yeah, gold, we are still bullish. NQ we've looked at, yes. Didn't get the high on it, yes. But we have transitioned. So I'm wondering whether we get a little bit of playing around, and then maybe into the latter part of New York we might see some more action. CL, we're still corrective. What we are doing is potentially looking good for a continuation of the sells. We've come below the zero line. We're still below the zero line. We're really not yet showing any strength to come back up. Really like to see it transition into a bearish trend. I'd like to see a sequence one. We are corrective. Corrective means that obviously our two options are bullish or bearish. Our trend has not even yet given us a weak trend. We're still in a strong trend. We haven't seen any orange or biased. Until we see orange is what? We might flip back bullish. So potentially might come and take this high. But we've failed to take this low in this hour. You can see we've messed around. Failed to take the low. And obviously we haven't taken any high. So we really want to see on CL what we're going to get. Obviously this is our low for this hour, which would be a good indication if we are going to continue down. YM. So YM, we have put our low in. So remember when we got that buy signal on YM, we said statistically we're not expecting to come down this way, we're expecting to come back this way. And you can see from there, we trained and we had a nice run up. Where's our high? Statistically in the right place. Now we're being a little bit corrective. Sequence 3, corrective bullish. Didn't even look at it. That's where we are. Still looks bullish, but we wait. High probability. See what Bitcoin carried on up. Weeklies on a sequence 1. Sequence 2, sorry. Sequence 3, sequence 4, sequence 5. Bitcoin could be going bullish for a while. Got a nice spot trade there. There goes YM. Expecting that breakup. Are we going to have one of those days where NQ just dribbles this way, goes up? Just everyone keeps shorting. It's going to come down from here, and then it just dribbles. And then we short it there, and then it just dribbles. We don't do any of that unless everything aligns. What I might do, I might change this to give us a finger direction, right? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Instead of sideways. Probably makes more sense. Give us our bias. I need an up and a down arrow. Let's have a look. Where can we get that? Away you. Away you. No. Here we go. Up, finger. Beautiful. I've now got an up finger so that we can get a bias on here instead of a down finger. Let's just put that on. Nope, I haven't copied it. So this is what our bias is of what's happening. So our market structure is bullish. Our trend AI is bullish. Our dynamic bullish. EMAs bullish. Our signals are yet to be confirmed for this hour. Eventually, it's just pointing up. What are the EMA figures? So that is showing you statistically your EMA data, right? So yeah. So what this is showing is when we get a cross, on the range will be, yeah. So here we see that on bullish crosses has been 116 times with a 20 and a 50, that when we've crossed, that when it crosses back down again, that it's above. So there's only a 30% probability by the time that EMA crosses back bearish that it will be above that candle where it crossed, right? So it shows you statistically you don't want to be trading cross and holding across, and actually it's more likely by the time it comes the other way, it's going to be lower than that level. We can see that on average to get to the high of an EMA, it took 109 candles, 104 candles. What that means is if we were to measure from where we get the cross, and we can tick on our crosses in here, show me where we crossed. There's our cross. One candle, two candle, we need 104. So on average, it took 104 candles to get the high. Right? So statistically, we've still got time. It's not as high probable as this data. It's just data, right? I like EMAs from a visual point of view, but I was like, why not have data around it as well? You need to know what does it mean, give you some information. This is showing us our average move. How far did price move? 26 points. So then we can also use that as an average. Right? So obviously 26 points. It includes all data. Is that much? Very little. Not great data, and I don't use it. But it's just a nice way for you to be able to look at it. So if I now go, okay, let's use a 9 and a 50, right? That data will change. And you actually take 67 candles before we hit that high. So 67. There you go. So based on a 9 and that, statistically, we've hit our high majority of the time. Hope that answers your question on the EMA. Remember, we're waiting for 20 minutes at least, 10 minutes. We're near our 10-minute. This is our last 10-minute period. Okay, so what that means is if we're going to go bullish, we've had our statistical data for that one. If we're going to go bullish, then what do we expect? Well, 57% of the time, we expect our low to be in this period. So right now already, we are expecting that if we're going bullish, this could be our low. We wait for 20 minutes because we combine our data. It takes us up to that 70% mark. Is that full? And that's kind of where I kind of look to put ourselves in. Our trend dynamic TP's gone red, right? So first little bit of warning. Now normally we don't just go straight down. We might have a blow off, take the highs again. We will see. Obviously we now take this low and we're kind of showing that maybe we're more edging towards a bearish hour. We still wait for our full confirmation, or close to our full confirmation, but it gives you a little bit of insight, right? I am still going to be looking to capture this trend. Traded once, we might be trading again. Oh, gold. Sorry, I'll answer a question on gold. Let me know how much the range will be for the strong bullish candle, for example, as of gold. Yeah, I mean, this is your range. Have built the data into here. There'll be more coming from this algo into where we expect price to go as well. But I like this. I like this hourly. And again, if you want to make it more accurate, right, you can filter into the data. Yeah, specific days, specific times, specific hours. So here's our low for gold. Here's our high. Our market structure is bullish. Our trend IA is bullish. What's holding us back? We're just watching this potentially. Now you can see that this is moving down. The price is not moving with it very well. So maybe, it's only just started. We are quite far away from the zero line. Potentially, we might be there. Now remember, for that one to go bullish, the 30-second has to go bullish. So maybe we might be looking at that 30 seconds as an early confirmation that before the 1 minute changes. Confirm that we probably might still carry on. We are in a sequence 3, strong bullish. Obviously from bullish, we go to corrective. When we've had moves up, we expect to have some sort of corrective hour before turning back bullish again. Especially if we have a very strong trend. We look to capitalize on our move. Statistically, we didn't take the high, but we didn't take the low. So we remain bullish on gold. There you go, CL. See how the corrective price action? It took that hour before it decided this is the hour I want to go bearish. That would have been a nice trade. GG's to anyone who got in. NQ and ES has been slow the last 2 days. Slow. We still had 2 good trades. We got a good trade yesterday, just before New York opened. We got 2 BEs as well during New York. And we're up today. What did we say statistically? Right, in the first 10 minutes, we're going to go bullish, 57%, that's our low. How close we came. We take this high. Was there a setup in London for NQ? Maybe. I didn't take anything this morning. Wasn't here. Let's have a look. So, I'm going to change this time. The London 20 in the morning. 8:30 is 8:30. Okay, so this is 8:30. So this was before London, and then obviously we just have sideways. So no. No. All sells. Confirm bearish. Confirm bearish. Confirm bearish. No buys there. Right? Statistically, there was nothing great. London, no. No trades for London. Does NQ present 4 out is strong bullish? the higher time frame, baby. 95% probability, the 4 hour. Let's switch to the 4 hour custom statistics. Let's get excited. Here's our 4 hour. Started here. There's our 4 hour end. Okay. Here's our 4 hour data. Let's go up the charts. All right. We're bullish. So statistically very similar to the hourly on the 4 hour. We have high probability in our first two segments that we are going to be putting in our low. And in the last part of the 4 hour, which I'll give you, we have a 60% probability of our high being in the last 4 hour candle. Should we see what that looks like? Okay. There's the beginning of our 4 hour. There's the end of our 4 hour. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our segment 1. Let me get rid of this. There's our segment 1. There's our segment 2, 3, 4, 5. So obviously what we're looking for really, be nice to see this high go in this segment. And we expect this to be our low for the next 3 hours, roughly. Or is that an hour? No, it's half an hour. 40 minutes, yeah. So you're going to expect the 4 hour to carry on. Want to see this? Giving us this statistical data, will show that we expect the 4 hour candle to be bullish, and therefore we expect the 4 hour candle to have a 56. God, my maths when we have to do this. 70% probability. That'll be our low for the next 4 hours. Thank you very much, Mohammed, for bringing that to our attention. Look, it was long enough holding that trade for that last hour at the end. I'm not sure I'll be holding it for this last segment. Right. Statistically, I should have seen that, but I think we'll have a little bit more playing around. I think tomorrow's going to be bullish. Do you want to have a look at the weekly? Oh yeah, so our weekly's bullish. Probably Tuesday, in our low. We run for the rest of the week maybe. It's our 4 hour. Matching the higher time frame. Ooh. I obviously still seeing the 4 hour transition. Maybe a little early for the 4 hour. Right? We're just starting to see that bend around maybe. There we can see we're bearish. Just starting to transition back. Back to bullish. If we go on the higher time frame, you can see we do transition. We don't go strong. We then go back. Yeah. Longs could be good for this week. You can use it for swing trading. That's the whole. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we launched with day trading, but everything. The whole point of having the custom hours as well, of being able to change it to show you all the different hours. in then being able to adjust the algo to weekly and all that type of food is swing trading. Yeah, it is going to be a product that is adaptable. If we look at our chart on the 10-minute, we can see we're just trying to get up to this zero line, right? On the 10-minute chart, that 10-minute chart, if we can get up to that zero line on the 10-minute, we can expect more upside. Right? We can analyze our weekly in the same way. I don't know where it is. See? We're above on our weekly. We have bullish. Daily's above, although we have taken this low. We'll see. Are we going to get all-time highs? Maybe. Back to our hourly. I like the hourly. It's just long enough for me to hold trades sometimes. The only other thing I'll do is, I'll leave some contracts going for show payday and walk away from the charts, come back and just trail those. Try and keep the time management a bit lower. All right, okay. So I'm just going to go back into our hour, right? Because we are past 20 minutes. So I just want to go back to the hourly and just check where we are. Okay, so if we're going to expect to go bullish this hour, we know that statistically right now, right, we're 62%. We haven't got high probability on the algo. Obviously, we've taken that high here, so we're in a similar position where we currently sit, like 57%, probably a little bit higher than now as well. That this is our low. So again, we could look at our 50% mark. Right, for our one-to-one. Obviously, if we take this high, that probability becomes even higher. Especially if we take it now, it'll confirm that way. So the only thing I don't like is see the dynamic TP. We've gone red, gone bullish, gone bullish again. So we're struggling to go down. We're just in a bit of chop. 30-second is still holding red. That's held it longer. 15 seconds coming up. What do you reckon? Do we try for another one-to-one? Whoa. Whoa. See the week. Whoa. Got a flash. I think kind of if you're starting off, I think one pair is a good way to do it. Kind of keeps you in line with what's happening with the pair. As you become more proficient at using it and kind of knowing what you're looking for, then I think obviously then you move up for more. It's all about time with the indicator and creating that affinity with yourself to kind of build that feel of how everything runs with the indicator as well. But I mean, there's so many setups that one pair is plenty. We don't have to chase everything. Like, I've seen NQ, I've had 2 high probability trades this week. It's plenty. But, we just kind of piece. See? Woo! Wow. Wow. How many people do you think were long on CL thinking that we might come and fill this? Oh no. Wow. There's our little go. Yes. Corrective. What's gold up to? Trend AI. To our dynamic TP. Coming down. Here's our low for the hour. So we broke our low. So now we're sitting tight on gold, right? We want to see gold showers. They can do it. And obviously, once we took this low in the 10-minute here, when we took this low, that gave us statistically that we were in a bearish hour. Not hard, not great though, 51%. When we took this low here, that took us up to the 70% mark. Cool. I just think NQ today, tomorrow. We got heavy news this week. Let's have a look. Is there a news day that's just going to send it to the moon? Let's have a look. All-time highs. Let's have a look. This week. Non-farm tomorrow. Friday, non-farm and PMI. I do like a PMI day, just not with non-farm on a Friday. So we got red news every day. No CPI, PPI, but still, Friday's probably tomorrow and Friday. Is it a good idea to buy NQ now? Maybe. Statistically, if you get tagged in at this level, statistically, yeah, but not high statistically, 57%. Still on a one-to-one, still long-term profitable. We are seeing weakening of the trend. We are seeing here, obviously, trend AIs tried to go bullish, go back bearish. I reckon our 30-second is still bearish. I'd like to see that trade, that change. The 15-second is staying above. I mean, yeah. Is it a good idea to buy? Do you think? What do you think, chat? Is it a good idea to buy? This is not financial advice, and it's just entertainment. I'm just sharing statistical edges. You can make your own informed decisions. Decide to trade with me. Pretty good. We try to take statistical high probability trades. This is our 15 seconds. Our 30-second is just not. I mean, it's a little bit messy. Obviously, there would have been our tag. We've got our limit order on for our 50% level. Don't like that the trend is currently weak, which is why I'm not buying. Oh. Oh, hang on a second. Have I still got the wrong trend on? You dickhead. No? Fuck's sake, I have. Not bad. No, trend is strong. That would have been a good buy. Messing with me sayings. Shouldn't be doing that when I'm live trading. So obviously that was our 50% level. Statistically, we've obviously done our first segment, second segment, third segment, right? So if we were going to go bullish, 57, 14, 9. So right now, on a bullish hour, quick math, 71, 82% of the time our low is in on a bullish hour, right? So we are expecting this is our low. So right now, statistically, this was a good buy. Statistically, we expect this high to go. Our high is in segment 2. So we got 9%, got 18% of the highs. We're already done segment 3. We're in segment 4. 14, 30, 70, 70% probability that this high is going. There's your 1-to-1. Come back, fill the volume imbalance. $30 is still red. It is just struggling to flip back, isn't it? Hanging around up there. I'm struggling to come down. We've taken the high of the previous hour. Not closed above it, but we have taken the high. We took that liquidity as well. No, we haven't. Still not taking that liquidity. We are taking high liquidity. We're seeing a gold, as for now, hung around the 10 a.m. low. So right now, gold's in a bearish hour, right? Come down here. So I am expecting our low here is on the 30-minute. 2. It's not high. 50-50, slightly higher than 50% that low goes. So I'm probably waiting for this hour to finish. We do come up. Obviously, we're going to do order flow. So a little game of order flow. Come up. Come up in. Ding, 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 ding. We break this high. Order flow changes bullish. Right now, we've obviously failed to come through here. So potentially there is order flow changing bullish, but again, statistically, not good for me. So no, I don't like gold right now. I did like CL. I like that signal right here with that price action. EMAs taking lows. We are corrective bullish. Something going on with that one, Matt. Thank you. Okay, so we're in a new hour of YM. Come back under the 0 line. So obviously here we took this low at this point here. That gave us a very, very high probability that this was the high for the hour, and this was where the low would be on YM. Right, so we can see when we take that low, we're already in segment 3. And that gives you high probability that is the high. And we're going to see the low down here. So I like to kind of make sure that this is matching up with everything else. Trying to have the highest probability as possible. So we're still red on the 30 seconds, bending down. Still red on the 1 minute. Obviously, we took the high very early on. Statistically, that does give us an edge that this is our low. And then we expect this high to go. How about payday setup so far? Yeah, gold was a payday. Transition bullish. We are expecting a continuation. Haven't yet flipped. We want to see that continuation in the next hour. Maybe we can jump on that, but right now we're on NQ. So obviously with NQ we had a payday setup. We went bearish here. Obviously we had news and New York Open, so we set out. We had no signals anyway to confirm that with us. So we transition. We then immediately transition back bullish. Now that's always a good sign because it's like a very quick fail from what should be a strong move. 2 points on gold. Go, buddy. Which is why when we did do that flip and we went bullish and we transitioned above, I was looking to get in. And obviously I was in at the 50% tap here. Or it just about tagged me, wherever 50% was. Tag me in. Off we go. Second is flirting with the 0 line, but that's some strong price movement. You think this has gone red and all we've done is hang around and come here. Quickly went blue, we've already shot up. Come on, 30 seconds. We're going to take this high. We are in our last segment. This is our high probability, right? Bullish. 70% probability in this segment this high goes. There's our 1-to-1. I make it blue, red, green. It's a bullish 1-to-1. Nice trade, bud. We flip back strong. We're in our last segment. Let's see what happens. Let's go. No, I would have. I had the settings wrong at the 4 hour on my trending queue. I would have been in, yeah. See how when I've changed it back, it stayed strong all the way because it was flipping orange, put me off. If it had stayed like that, I'd have been in statistically in favour. And there's the 1-to-1. High's gone. Here's our high probability high. So no, I didn't, but I would have been in. And I made that mistake. It was high probability. GG though, to anyone who did take it. Ding ding. There's our high probability high. How's gold doing? I'm mute. Can anyone not hear me? T-Bone, can you hear us, bud? I can hear fine. So CL, really bearish hour. We are still expecting that low to go. Okay. Corrective. Corrective. Come up. Leave no gaps. Down. Same thing here. Corrective. We will see. We're weakening on the trends. We still haven't converted yet. Hey, beep, beep. Beep, your browser tab might be on mute. How'd you know that? I had no idea there was a mute button for browser tabs. There's a mute button? I can mute a tab? Have I only just learned this? Let's see if our 30-second has changed. Yes! 30-second went blue. You might want to mute it again. Is gold going to come through or low? Remember, statistically, we're in our last quarter and our bearish hour. You know what you're doing there, Mohammed. A good trader. Already some good points up. Well done, buddy. Inside our lows. For anyone who wasn't here, our weekly on NQ is very bullish. So we are expecting that the rest of this week, this might transition into a bigger trend. Obviously, the higher time frame on the hourly will probably switch as well. We are in a higher time frame, so if I go up to the 2 hour and 4 hour, the higher time frame is bullish. So potentially that hour might flip back to be in line with the higher time frames. And dare I say it, maybe NQ can go for all-time highs. Our Bitcoin prediction, it's gone to the moon. Anyone who saw it on the weekends, I was here on Sunday saying what? Let's go to the moon. See you later, Bitcoin. Cha-ching. See how we failed here now, starting to weaken off on that pulling down. Maybe this is time. We're going to carry on up again. See if I can grab a trade in the next hour. What about this one for a 1-to-1? We did not get a signal that hour. We've obviously got our, on the 30-second, we've got on the 1 minute. See, we have no signal. It took longer than anticipated, so we didn't have as much high probability. but still enough high probability, and everything else, we could have taken that 1-to-1. We didn't get a signal. Always, buddy. It's looking good. 15, 30 seconds. We can flip it. Woo. 15 seconds coming up to that zero line as well. CL, we've changed blue. A little bit time for a bit of some pullback. NQ, NQ, NQ. NQ, nice. I mean, so far, yesterday was slow, just dribbled down, but had a good trade yesterday. We got two BEs. It's really forcing trades yesterday. So I'm going to take my first trade on live. So this was my trade yesterday here. So we came down, put this low in, and then I put my target to take this low. So I was in here, like so. We put this low in, and then statistically that low was meant to go. So I moved my target to get that done. That was yesterday's trade. 2 BEs after that. And then today, this has been the first trade that we took. Could have had a 1-to-1 here. Profitable probability in our favor on that one as well. It's that simple. Are we going to have one of those days on NQ where we just dribble all the way up? What do you think? Just going to keep on going. Are we going to take out all the shorters? Okay, we're in the last 10-minute segment, so 41% of the highs are put in at this point. So a good chance this high might go again. Ten minutes left for our new hour on gold. CL, consistent with ourselves. We get a late signal. Sell, sell, sell. Again, remember those signals are based on statistical edge. So they're not just price action. They are showing you statistically bias for the hour, right? This is what we expect. They're not just, we're overbought, we're oversold. It's got nothing to do with that. It's purely based on probability. Here's NQ's new hour. There's the new high. There's our low. There's our high. Statistically, a great hour. Didn't quite reach the 50% mark. This is our really, really high probability that price hits this level. This is your average. This is 50% of the average. Very high probability. Is gold going to give us our statistical hour on a bearish hour? High and a low. We don't put our low in the hour. That can be a good sign for a bullishness. We failed to match that statistics. Remember, the trend AI is bullish. On gold, we are not bearish. We are bullish. We're just expecting a little bit of pullback after some movement up, and we expect that continuation. I'd imagine it's going to make you wait for this hour to be over before it starts putting in some movement. There's our high. Lots of wicks. So remember, if we close below that level, it's a bearish hour. 62.98%. You'll see when we go below, that'll change. There we go. Collecting the data. Right now, it's a success. 62.98%. We close below, it drops the percentage because there are now another failed prediction. Let's see if we can get one more trade in. So remember, we've taken our hourly high. This will be it's our hourly low. So potentially here, we've still got 6 minutes left. Dynamic TP is starting to hold that red. I see a weakening of the trend, potentially. Not yet. When I say weak, just a strong. Much like gold. Strong, very strong, strong, very strong. We have not shown any weakness yet. We're getting close to this zero line now. Cross over the zero line can be quite some sharp movement down. You'll see obviously on NQ. We go down. We've been able to hold that zero line on the 15 seconds. 30 seconds, obviously, still struggling. Favouring the bearish flip. The price is still motoring up, and we're still strong on 30 seconds trend as well. Nothing yet for the bears. Remember, statistically, we are in favour of closing above this level. 63%, we close above that level. You might have got excited with that push down. It's not a high probability. Don't jump in those trades. Come on, gold. Hold the level. Let's flip and go long. 4 minutes left. Let's go. You're going to give us another high? Remember, we wait for everything to align before we even consider any other direction. We don't guess. Trade probability. Right now, our market structure is what? So what I would say is now our dynamic A dynamic is potentially where we want to see it, right? And we're having a little bit of cooling off. We're struggling to come down while it's correcting. Cooling off before buyers come back in for a bigger move. Or will we just slowly, and then as we start, we'll see some more volatility kick in on the bears. Right now, that's okay. It's not perfect. 30 seconds. Still getting little drops down. Still taking the lows. I want to see the 30-second come good. 15-second has not been able to go below the zero line. That is a great sign. We remain bullish. So remember, obviously, the 15-second crossed over here. It's not come under. You can hold that as well. When you come over here, you can hold the 15-second and say, well, I'm not closing until we come back and cross over. Keeps you in the trend a bit longer. We're going to get a new high. 2 more candles. Give it a go. There we go. It's a tick away. Happened to me yesterday. Had a nice trade. It was up quite a way. I set my target 1 tick above the level. There you go, we've now tapped it now. I was 1 tick here, like this. 1 tick. Literally 1 tick. Came back on me. Took me out for BE. Yes. Failing to put in that low, switching bullish. See what the algo gives us. I want to see this change blue as well. And then obviously we'll look at gold in the first 10 minutes, first 20 minutes to see what statistically we expect for this hour. Obviously we can see that when we took this low, we were already in favor of having a bearish hour. But our trend is bullish. We are expecting to come back and go on our payday. All right. There's the last hour. We get another high again on the last minute. Going into a sequence 4. A bullish trend. So bullish, bullish, bullish. Right? We've got 4 sequences. This is now sequence 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This was our sequence 1. It was our sequence 2, which is where we got our trade. Sequence 3 still remain bullish. We go into sequence 4. The 67% probability of going bullish again. Already got a very strong first minute of the candle. See what gold's done in the first minute. Gold's pushing up nicely on the first minute. That's great. Thank you. We now go into a strong bearish trend. There's our change. Of course, taking a while for that to flip. We now have a 97% probability on CL of closing bearish. Again, we want to see the data match, right? In our first 10 minutes, we can see if one of those lows are in. We can expect our high and our low by 60%. And within 20 minutes, we can expect to be all the way up at a 77% probability of being able to predict our high. Gold now going. We have a new hour, right? We get a new hour. These are candles, right? These are probability. Sometimes we have to wait for our new hour. We want to see this coming around now. 30-second, we want to see that come above the zero line. That might be a buy for me. We can come up here. 15 seconds coming up and over. a good sign. I will wait for probability before I'm on anything yet, though. 75% probability gold is having a bullish hour. Let's go. Come on, Mohammed. That's a great trade. Well done, buddy. Let's go. All right, that was a nice strong candle for NQ that hour. Start of the hour. We've now gone back bullish. That's pushed us back bullish. That's pushed us back bullish. Bullish again. You made me change that again. Don't do that. Go gold. Let's get that flip. 15 seconds crossed over. There's the bearish cross. There's the bullish cross. Let's go. See if you can get that 30-second up and over. Don't falter now. See what CL is like in the next 7 minutes. YM, we had that bearish. So YM, we've also confirmed bearish. Here we get this sell. So on YM, that gives us a 73% probability. That's our high for YM. Here's our low. Taking 3, 5, 12, 23. So 77% probability. You are going. And we have a mine's just gone. Highs. So 50, 60, 70, 80. That's probably about 82% at least. This is the high. Welcome to Trading with Probability. We use everything combined, right? EMAs are bearish. Where was the low? Oh, just about wicked the low. Okay, but we come in. Failed to take the high of that hour. Would have seemed like to see a bit more through that low. But statistically, we're expecting bearish. We are under. We are red. We have a lot of lining. Our trend AI is bullish though. See how gold still going? Gold is still going. Well done. We get that transition on the 1 minute now as well. There's our signal. We flip back bullish again. Had that correction. So our 30-second going over the zero line. We are at it now. Hopefully if we come above that, we can see a nice little pump up. Still correcting a bit on CL. We've got 4 more minutes until we can start getting more predictive. No worries, buddy. I hope you see these highs go. Remember on NQ when we looked at the 4 hour, we had one very strong 4 hour, right? Let's look at our 4 hour candle. Okay. This is the beginning of our 4 hour. 1, 2. So we're going into our 3rd hour. So again, we are expecting obviously high probability that on the 4 hour we're still going to come up a bit higher. We will see. Here's our 4 hour prediction. Woo! 645 times this happened. 645 times. And of those 645 times, 95.66% of them closed bullish. Strong bullish. Higher time frame bullish. Let's go. If you like what I'm doing, something different, I like things as a streamer. I don't see many people coming on talking probability and trading like this. Hope it helps. Let's go, gold. Mohammed's got a TP and it's waiting for you. All right, we are 9 minutes in. That's our 10 minutes. So if we take the high, you can then be 55% in probability that gold is going to have a bullish hour. Let's look at NQ. We are expecting at this point, at the close of this candle, that statistically 57% of the time this is our low for a bullish hour. As you know, I like to wait for segment 2 as well. We're getting into segment 2, increase that probability up towards 65-70%. Maybe we might get another 1 hour trade. I like the 1 hours, take partials, try and aim for that high. Let's go gold. 30-second gave us that little push up as we crossed over. 15-second, obviously it's come nice and strong over. Nice and corrective on the 15-second. Push back down into here, pump up through. Let's go gold. Okay, obviously we are watching. This is just leveling out while we still trickle up. Sometimes I see that with NQ. I think if we're breaking highs, then continuing to do so is okay. Sometimes I might put it a little bit low below the high. It's nothing worse than when it comes up, just fails to take the high and lose some profit just for a little bit. Or if I'm going to do that, I'll trail as well. Take some partials, take a bit of profit, and I'll trail. So, for example, if we confirm that low for this hour, it's a great place to trail your stop to, right? You know, statistically, you don't expect price to take that low. So right now, if we take this high, you know, statistically, here's good, right? Maybe even break even, take some partials. Got an open VIB here. We put on our liquidity. Oh, sorry, not that one. So our VIBs. Sorry. So we can see we tap that VIB, tapped it again, dropped. We have an open gap here. We have an open VIB here. We'll go here. Obviously, this is on the 1 minute. There's our open VIB on the 5 minute. Tap. Let's go. Come back up to these. Whip through them. Let's see. Remember, as time goes on, we are bullish of 75%, expecting to close bullish, and therefore we can expect this to be our low. We are 12 minutes in, so we're probably up towards the 60% mark, but this is our low. Get in there. NQ. So obviously, right now, we are expecting this as our low. But ideally, we need to see a little bit more time. Ideally, we'll see this high go, confirm it for us. We can still get a low at this point, and it'd be very high probability. Yeah, both segments. Let's put our lows on. It's the previous hour's low. We've already taken previous hour's high. I like. Got a buy signal on gold. Let's take that high gold. Give us some more confirmation of our bullish hour. 75%. Right now, we take that, even more confirms it. But this is our low. Now remember, if it's going to be a bullish hour, where do we expect the highs to be? Well, right now we're in segment 2. There's a 5% probability that our high is already in. Next segment, she's 20 past, it's a half past. She's segment 3. And another 7%, 7.92%, we're going to see our high. Really till half past, we're expecting more price upwards. Let's go. Is our gold high for the previous hour? We do not want to show our middle. This is just for highs and lows. There's our low. Obviously, we don't like the fact that we took the low at the previous hour. We didn't quite take that low, though. You could argue. It's very close, though. Equal highs. Would have been easy really just taking it for us. Okay, NQ, we're getting into 15 minutes. "15 seconds, you're still holding that zero line like a boss." It's like, no, I will not go bearish. We will continue to go higher. Get rid of that line now. Get rid of that. CL. I want to see this logo. Then we have our statistical high. Got a transition here. Payday. Had a lot of moves down already. Could look to take a trade in CL. $22 ticks to the high. Like to see it confirm it though. Obviously with CL, once we get to that 19 minutes, only a few more, we can expect this as our high. Fairly high probability. Might be worth. Still coming up though. 15 seconds is above. Let's see that 15 seconds come below. Take the low and send us down. 30 seconds is plunging nice. Ooh. I've got to get the fucking trading thing set up on CL. ES is starting to go. Gold's going. Confirm taking the high. It's all happening. Let's go. Thank you. Profit's profit, buddy. It's one of those things, mate. Well done on the trade. NQ. All right, so possibly we can look at this. Is that our middle line? Because we're bullish. I haven't yet taken this high. It would have been nice if we just wicked it then. Have my limit order set here. Change back bullish again. How do I feel? Am I feeling lucky? No. 114 with 2 micros. Well done, bud. Yeah, but we're still coming up strong here on the 30 seconds. There's our 1 minute. I think the 15 second for me crossing the 0 line would be a entry. Filling that VIB. Holding price. Remember, we have a 97% probability right now. We want to see it confirmed. We're closing bearish with the higher time frame on CL. I'm logged in on ES. We're at our 50% point. Haven't yet confirmed. We are at 20 minutes. So right now we are expecting that at this point, the majority of our lows are in for a bullish candle. We haven't confirmed fully, but we are still expecting that, you know, we are at least looking at %71% of our data has happened by that point. So we expect a 71% chance if we're going to be bullish that this is our low. "15-second changes. I'd have liked to have tagged that high. Maybe CL is not quite yet this hour. Not. We'll see. We could have a cheap trade here. Right? Yeah, wrong way. We know statistically this is our low. And we know statistically we'll take the high. So right here, where that low was, there was 2.53R trade with a 76% probability. It's good. 1-to-1s give us obviously still high probability. Where our stop would be. I do not want to go in with 13. Risking 90. 79. I've been very bullish. I want to see that logo. Size down a bit. Come back. I didn't make it in time. Let's go gold. Thank you. Too slow, Andy. So obviously we could have taken, here statistically is absolutely, in our favour. Taking those highs to our 77% probability. We were expecting it. Again, the confirmation would have been nice. I'd liked a little bit more. Would have just whipped it, kind of taken the 50% mark. And that's me done on that limit order. Maybe we can. Gold takes this high. We are expecting gold just to have a bullish hour for a bit. Sorry, CL. Which is absolutely fine. It has moved down a lot. We don't want to chase price. We want to wait for it to come in line. So obviously if I've been able to grab that entry there, and we've moved up here. Oh, really nice. Huh? Well done, Mohammed, mate. Pleasure having you on, buddy. Great trade. We got our buy signal on gold. 2 buy signals. We've confirmed our low. Let's go gold. Let's go. We're still going to take that high. It'd be a very cheap trade on CL right now. Literally 4 ticks. Very cheap. Return on it's good. Expecting lows to go. Right now we're so close. It's probably not super high probability. That's what I'll be looking for. I really want to see this low go now. Let's go, gold. Let's go. Remember, statistically, we are still not yet in our high gold. We're segment 3. Still expect higher highs. We still expect to go higher for gold. I like that with CL. Ooh, do a switch. Do a switch. Do a switch. Ooh. Pain of reloading everything. 15 seconds. Heading down. It's quite away from the zero line now. We got our break. Retest. Time to bend down. This low goes, we break our statistical edge, and there's our sell. That confirms that we're expecting a bearish hour. Obviously, everything is still bullish, right? We're bullish. I'm not looking for sells, but that gives us our confirmation. What you do have is a statistical edge on the highs. Yeah. But right now, we expect that low to go. So this would be a sell limit order. We get the confirmation on CL as well, which is great. We are expecting bearish action on CL. What? What am I doing? I don't want to buy, I want to sell. So, risk. Whoa! $40. We haven't got everything aligned. Data is. 15-second failed to go under. I said that would be a good signal for me. Seeing that 15-second go under. Obviously come below, come back in. We are now more probable closing bullish. We take the high. Now that changes everything. And we'll trade for me on CL. That's a yes. Thank you. So finally, that 15-second comes under the 0 line. We get our bearish confirmation of an hour. Let's see. Here's our low from the previous hour. We can come all the way down. We still have a bearish hour and not break structure. Gold has turned red. That's what I mean by taking your profit, sometimes waiting for the high, sometimes just taking your profit for what is a tiny bit of price. Isn't a bad thing. We're still expecting our highs to go. Well, CL to the moon. See how on the 15-second we just failed to come back under, and while we're still not able to do that, it's a good sign. We are bullish. Here you can see, come up and we come down. When we come back over, we then are more likely to continue up. We'd have come up there, I'd have been in. That's okay. A little bit of a fake out and up we go. Yes is low. I'm going to be waiting a while now. Might call it a day. At our trade. At our win. It's all right. Bullish on our market structure. This isn't great, but it's fine. I want to see it come back around again. Trend AI. Bullish. No weakening yet. NQ. We haven't even stopped being strong in our trend. So while we expect this hour not to play out the way we want, that's okay. So right now we expect this potentially this low to go. We are very, very bullish, so I'm not particularly looking for it yet. We have that at 33 minutes, which means our low is in segment 4. 17%, 28%, 39%. Yeah. Potential still high, bending down. 30 seconds coming to that 0 line. 15-second we know has already gone under. And we're getting that movement. Remember, this is our low. We take this, our market structure shifts bearish. No. Right, Dave? No, the signals are based on statistical data. So if we look at NQ, we can see on a bearish hour, we got the charts. Got 834 bearish candles, and of those 804 bearish candles, we know that our bearish high is in the first 20 minutes, 70% of the time. So when we take the low, that's giving us confirmation that this is a bearish hour, statistically, as well as our prediction. of what we expect to happen. So right now, obviously, this is saying that it's very low probability that we will take highs, as where with here, we had that bullish confirmation. We were trading with statistical edge of being bullish that hour. So the other signals are price action based. These ones, they're just EMA ones. They're not based on probability, as where these signals are based on probability. I don't really use them that much. Haven't used them really. It's more for just seeing the price is going in the direction you want. It can be used. It's a good one on gold. So obviously with that high going on gold, statistically, we are expecting this to be our low. Obviously, one of the things we don't like is our structure changes on gold here when we took this hourly low. So this means this hourly candle, because we look at it as a candle, this hourly candle took the low of the previous hourly candle. So obviously we have market structure where obviously people will mark highs and lows. I see, apologies. As well, what we're looking at is actually the hourly candle as it forms and using that as our structure. So that's a candle, right? And this is a candle. And obviously we took the low of that candle and then came up. So what we'd want to see is this candle high go, or at some point another candle high go, and that will put us in line with our structure. Now remember, our 4-hour prediction was bullish. Our 4-hour statistics were, we are now not on that one. Market structure is still fine. EMA is still fine. Signal is a no. Staying disciplined. Waiting for our high probability. There's our 50% tap at the current range. We know statistically right now we have this low for a bearish hour. Bearish low. It's inside segment 4. So it is still high probability. We had them all up. 17% plus 9, plus 11 plus 7. So we're just under 50%. I think that's what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45%. The low is in for this hour. So it's not, we haven't got a huge statistical edge to say that this low is going to go. Plus, with everything that we're currently at, I wouldn't be looking to potentially yet take this back down. But we know statistically this is our high. We're going to get cooked by Dave. You're a way better trader than me. I build statistical models and let traders use, you know, whichever way they want to trade. This is not a mentor. I'm just showcasing the statistical edge. Dave, if you're still here. We've got a couple of DTFX students that are using some of the statistics around, obviously, the stuff that you teach, which is great. We encourage all style of trading. Just if we can hook it up with some probability, you just increase our win rate. You're in a buy and NQ. Let's go, Mohammed. You've had a very good day. So if you remember on our 4 hour, our 4 hours and 95% prediction for being bullish, our 4 hour data, right, is here, beginning of our 4 hour, 1, 2, that's got our 3rd hour in. So we know in our segments on the 4 hour, if we're going to be bullish, we've got high probability that high is coming at the end. So we have still some statistical advantage that these highs will go. Obviously, trend AI is very strong. This is a large portion of our bias. Let's switch back to our hour. Zoom back in. Back to our hourly data. See that 15 seconds coming back up to that 0 line. We cross, have moved down. Again, these are based on price action. No statistical edge to these. Let's see if the high goes. So obviously when we took this low, right now we are a bullish candle. There's our open for this hour. So we have mixed signals. We have the algo telling us there's a 67% probability that this hour is going to close bullish. We have our formation of an hourly candle telling us bearish. So we have mixed signals. Always, Mohammed Bud. We are a happy place, a happy people, supporting all traders. We keep it positive, and we focus on our goals. So we are in our 45 minutes. Statistically, we're not expecting this high to go. Doesn't mean it can't go. It's not 100%. We've got 2 different probabilities, right? Statistically, we don't expect this high to go if it's a bearish hour. For it to be a bearish hour, we have to close below this low. Right now, we're saying there's a 67% probability we close bullish. We have mixed signals. "15 seconds, come back above the 0 line. Yes, sir. Let's go. 30-second never made it under. Let's go. Mohammed's hitting TP again. Here's gold. And obviously we've moved quite a way down. Here's our low. Again, we're expecting a bullish hour, 75%. We would expect now that low is in. You can see when we come down, we come very close to that low for this hour. So we still expect that low to hold. However, it doesn't have to. We have negative. We are in the red. Our 15 seconds is below, although it has just started going blue again. We have come below. What we really want to see now to protect that low is this coming back above the 15 seconds. And then hopefully, maybe we can have a go for this high and give us our statistical model. Let's go. We are here at 26 minutes, which means in segment 3 was our high, so we are going to be bullish. Here's our current high, 7, we'll say 8, 12. Very low probability that if we're going to go bullish, this is our high. So either this candle is going to close below this low, give us a bearish, and then this is our high for the hour. Or we have a good probability of coming up. It feels like we're going down, but we still have a very strong trend. Let's see that 15-second come up now. Let's go. Send gold to the moon. Our Bitcoin prediction, still going. See you later, Bitcoin. Got a nice spot trade on that after the weekend. We had a 96% probability of this week being bullish. This was our prediction on YM. We had 82%. This was the high when we came up here. Could have been a nice little trade. Low risk, high reward. There's our 77%, not the low. It didn't quite make it, but we still got it taken. So right now we are expecting corrective bullish. So we have more probability of being bearish again. So right now we've come down. If we are going to go bearish, where we currently sit, 48 minutes, we're almost here. We're right up there with the 77% probability of this being our high. If we are going to go bearish, again, when we take the low, we can confirm that fully. Let's see. If we take this high, then obviously statistically we are in favor of this hour being bullish. We really want to see the full 20 minutes play out. We've taken the low of the previous hour. Here is our high of the previous hour. We didn't take the high. Let's go. We got the account yesterday. Only 440 away. Let's go, Mohammed. Let's go. NQ takes the high. Well done, buddy. Great trade. Obviously, we have mixed signals. So for me, I want to see everything align. Take my high probability. Market structure was bullish. Trends bullish. EMA's bullish. We just didn't have our hourly statistics lining up. Hey Zoo, you see me flipped higher time frame bullish / bearish a few times already today. On NQ, yeah, I'm seeing it now. This one, if we go up higher time frames, yeah, so for example, if I go up to the 2 hour, not the 2 minute, so we go up to the 4 hour, 4 hours bullish, right? 4 hours bullish, 1 hour, it's currently bearish. We'll expect that 1 hour though to catch up with the higher time frame. Obviously, our weekly prediction is bullish, 84%. We're going to close bullish this week on NQ on the higher time frame. Is bullish. We are in line. So I'd have liked to see us take this low, take this high, flip, and then carry on. Remember, our 4 hour prediction has still got an hour to go. We expect our high during this few periods ahead. What exactly is the higher time frame based off? It is a secret. We do expect Monday high to go. If we're going to go bullish this week, we've got to take the high. We have to flip the weekly candle bullish. So we are expecting Mondays to go. Go gold. We held that low. There's our low. Are we going to make it in time for the high? You've got 8 minutes. Come on, gold. 8 minutes. To take this level. Do I think it's going to get up there? Probably not. But the data says it goes bullish. Our highs are statistically not very probable that's our high. We've got a 46% chance it's this 10-minute window. So realistically, I know we've got 40 seconds left, but obviously when we had that high, we had a 14% high. Remember, when we trade with statistics, we don't try to be right and wrong. We just try to trade with what it is the majority of the time. We don't need to be right every time. We just need to be right the majority of the time. And that's what we do. Gold can do anything. Well, let's see if it can align itself to the statistics. At no point did we fault there. See if we come up and fill this volume imbalance. Obviously filled this one here. I'd like to see us smash through that. So remember, our 4-hour candle has a very, very high expectancy. We're already well bullish, obviously, from the beginning of the 4-hour. From a statistic point of view, we haven't yet hit the highest point of where we expect the highs to be. We are still expecting potentially some more upside for NQ. Doesn't have to, but statistically we are. We're away from the hourly flipping bullish. Higher time frames are bullish. It'll align itself back with the higher time frames. It's also a good sign for our weekly, predicting bullish. All-time highs. I reckon we're going to see all-time highs at some point. Go gold. So obviously for gold to be bullish, you need to close above that level. Thank you. Statistically, we were bullish, 67%. The algo is winning against the hourly statistics. Again, this is why we don't follow one, and we look for all confluences combining to give us the most probable setup. Algo. Trend AI. Dynamic TP. Odd zero line. Strong. Right? There's our signal. Boom. Shame we didn't take this one. Obviously, I would have taken that trade. We're going to take some partials and look for our high here. And then obviously, with us confirming short, I was waiting. Our 15-second is back above, nicely. I'm starting to have a correction on the 15 seconds. 30 seconds. Three minutes gold. Gonna have to be one big candle. What do you reckon, chat? Do you reckon gold can do it? We're flashing. Let's go, gold. Let's go. Come on. Not going to make it into the next hour, guys, I'm afraid. I'll have to go and pick up my little boy. Daddy duties call. I want to see NQ. Let's see. Let's hang around though. Let's see gold push itself. Let's go, gold. Yeah, late buy signal on gold. Again, those late buy signals are more for likes of NQ. That's for YM. As you can see, when we take that high, we confirm that. We expect this to be our low. Market structure is bearish though. Will it take that high? We'll see. Still bearish and everything else. It can do what it wants. CL's a weak transition. It's had a long move down. It's pushing its way back up with very little movement. Yes, it's carrying on as normal. NQ, we expect to continue the dribble. Right, gold. Last minute. 1 minute. 16 seconds. Go, go, go. Not going to quite make it, I'm afraid, guys. We got very close. Never mind, gold. That was a good attempt. We'll give you that. So here, when we came down, remember, statistically, this was our low for our predicted hour. And we failed to take that low. We obviously didn't get that high, unfortunately, but risk to reward, it was there. We'll take the high now. Why not? One candle away. One minute from taking that high. That was a good attempt, gold. And there it is. Right, guys, let's look at NQ. We go into a 5. What happens with NQ when we go into a 5 sequence? We actually have then an even stronger trend and the probability goes up. So you can see that now we are moving into a higher time frame. It's given us that probability that actually, yes, we are now matching with the higher time frame. We've gone strong bullish. Our probability goes up this hour, 85%. We're expecting a bullish hour. Again, we want to see statistics add up. So let's see what we've got. Dynamic TP is now back in line. Right? Looking for a signal. Confirm that expected low. Everything's all good though. Remember our 4 hour? We're still looking for those highs. Let's go, gold. We expect gold to, yeah, I was just about to say, we expect gold to take them highs. We now flipped bullish on the hourly candles, right? So we took the low here, and we're taking the high now. So we're back bullish again. The high's now gone. NQ's going. ES is going. CL struggling. Still going for Great British Pound JPY. Don't normally look at this, but we ended up on it somehow. Can't remember. YM. Remember, expecting a bullish hour. We've now taken that previous hour. It flips our market structure. We're coming up towards the zero line. Obviously, this gave us a statistical probability of this being our low and our high yet to come. It's a good signal. Didn't have everything aligned. Let's go gold. Right, guys, do us a favour if you haven't already. Give the video a like if you've been here all the time. Mohammed, well done, mate. I hope to see you tomorrow passing that challenge. Well done, mate. Great day for you. GG, everyone. Everyone who was with me on the trade. We had some winners. We had some people come in. That was great. We caught some profit. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.